Hello class. Today we are going to learn about student self-reported grades. This is brought to you by Hannah Hallett, Katrina Wiebe, and Micah Aviles. The first thing we're going to discuss is how student self-reported grading is quantified. According to the John Hattie's 2009 meta-study on visible learning, student self-reported grading is the #1 most effective influence on student achievement. To give you some comparison, the typical effect size of an average teacher in an average classroom is 0.4. Student self-reported grading has an effect size of 1.44. This is significantly larger than many of the other factors. And if you look at the diagram, you can see that student self-reported grading has been highlighted, and visually it stands out among all the other effects.
There are many ways to flip a classroom. First, start by only flipping one part of the classroom, for instance, just one assignment. Then gauge how the students react and if it is helpful to them. Flipping should only be done if it is adding value to the content being taught. When teaching in a flipped classroom, remember to use scaffolding technique for assignments. This will help the students follow what they are learning more effectively. While students are still working on an assignment, walk around the room. Look at how students are progressing. This will be your own way of evaluating them without any formal test. Finally, have children grade their own assignments or have a peer grade them. This will help students learn to be more involved in the feedback process.
Based on a student experiment, there is evidence indicating that self-reporting preparation grade on a daily basis is an effective tool to motivate students and to help them build the habits of a lifelong learner. In the experiment, students were asked to predict how well they would perform in a particular lesson during the pre-assessment. Then, they went through the lesson and took the post-assessment. In most cases, no matter how well or poorly the students predicted they would perform, their post-assessment scores were better than their predictions. This shows that their predictions motivated them to surpass their own expectations.
This study is universal and it's true across the board. Even college students perform better when they self-report. A study showed that college students who self-reported on class objectives did better than those who reported on irrelevant objectives. So when they self-reported about what was important in the class, they did better and were able to stay on task better than the students who were unfamiliar with the purpose of the class or the objectives they needed to obtain. These are our resources for our project.
That's all for our presentation. Thank you.